My name is Nam Tekle, and this is day 74 of my road to D1. So I woke up at 4:55 today, drank a little bit of water, and then started my upper body routine. I did normal push-ups, diamond push-ups, pike push-ups, and wide push-ups. And then I did 50 tricep dips. Then I took a cold shower, and it was actually crazy for the first time, but I felt so good after. Then I had my breakfast, 2 chocolate croissants, berries, eggs, and milk. And then at school I had my muffin, milk, and was cooking up in some basket random. Then I had 2 croissants, berries, and milk when I came home. Actually, no, that's a protein smoothie. Hold on. I did the calorie method. If y'all don't know what that is, let me put you on, bro. Basically, while you're making your milkshake, if you add 2 spoons of like vegetable oil, you get boom 250 calories just like that, bro. It's insanely good. And finally, after a long time of not doing this, I did a full ball handling routine. Oh my god, bro. It felt so good to do that today. So basically what I did normal pound dribbles, low pound dribbles, high pound dribbles. Oh, and I got these glasses on that like when I look down, it's like I can't look down type glasses. It'll help with ball handling. So like when you're in a game, you don't just look down. You can actually look up and practice like that. But yeah, then I was just doing some in between the legs, in between pounds, and then double in between the legs. Then we did some figure eights. Then we did scissors. Then we did wide V dribbles, tight V dribbles, in and outs, and then the same thing on the other side. Then I did crossovers, pound crossovers, behind the back, pound behind the back. Then I did this drill. I don't know what it's called, but I did it on both sides. Then I did this combo drill that I think hits everything. We start off with the V dribble, cross, between the legs, behind the backs, between the legs, cross, and then just like repeat that on each side. Then I moved on to my layups. I did delayed BTL, normal left hand and right hand layups. And I tried to finish high off the glass. Then I did float double BTL inside hand layups. Again, trying to finish high off the glass. And I can't forget shooting, so I did one arm form shots, one arm extended form shots, and then mid-range shots. My shooting's already good, so I'm trying to focus more on finishing and handling. Then I drank a full water bottle. Then I did half an upper body workout, but I still did push-ups, diamond push-ups, pike push-ups, wide push-ups, and tricep dips. Then I took a nice hot shower. I cannot take a cold shower at night, bro. Only in the morning. Then I had pasta for dinner. That was my day. Fought for day 75 on my road to D1.